Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. In this Saturday, I'm going to talk about a bunch of things because ahead of the game against Getafe, a lot of things are going on, a lot of things are happening right now. And over the last week, we've been talking about the possible signing of Jude Bellingham for Real Madrid. As you know, it is getting super close. And of course, today it is even closer than yesterday. So that's why I want to talk to you all about this. And of course, I will be talking about more stuff. For example, Endrick, because he made his debut, I think it was last night or the previous night. I think it was Thursday night. And the first words he had, it was for Real Madrid. It's funny, right? It's funny, but it's true. And there are more stuff we can talk about right after that. So let me get started with the things about Jude Bellingham, because let me tell you what, I'm going to recap all the information that we've been talking about over the last week, over the last days, just because what happened was Real Madrid has been following the player, has been tracking and monitoring the situation of the player over the last 2 years, right? I mean, they really know, and they know very well who Jude Bellingham is, right? Uni Calafat has been, watching games at Borussia Dortmund. At the same time, they were they were keeping an eye on Haaland. They also kept an eye on Jude Bellingham. So they really know him very well who the player is and how he plays, right? So it's a player that, of course, matches perfectly with the style of Real Madrid. It's a guy who can carries the ball up, who can pushes up the team, and he can dribble, he can do a lot of things, right? So just for his talent is the reason why Real Madrid wants to sign the player. I mean, it is not about because it's the perfect replacement for anybody. I mean, even nowadays we are talking a lot about the possibility for Toni Kroos to retire. Jude Bellingham is not the player to replace Toni Kroos or, Luka Modric or any other. The only reason why Real Madrid is following and tracking to Jude Bellingham, it is because a very talented player. That's it, right? So Real Madrid has been on his track over the last 2 years, right? It came a point where Real Madrid just reached out to Borussia Dortmund and asked them for the player. Borussia Dortmund really knows and already knows Real Madrid is interested in the player, right? And the player as well. Jude Bellingham really knows that Real Madrid really wants for him to join and sign for Real Madrid. And he also has a lot of offers, multiple offers from different Premier League teams and clubs and stuff, but apparently the guy is obviously attracted by the idea to join Real Madrid, right? So over the last weeks, we've been listening to different journalists and media and newspapers, websites and stuff talking about the Uni Calafat, the leader, chief of scouters of Real Madrid, has been in Dortmund, has been in Germany, and has been talking to Borussia Dortmund in order for him to close the deal and, to wrap everything up, right? He really wants to reach an agreement with Borussia Dortmund to get a kind of commitment from the player, a kind of pre-agreement, I'd say, I don't know, a kind of commitment from the player to join Real Madrid in summer 2023, right? So that is the only that is the only story that we know for now. And over the last 48 hours, everything has speeded up and the fact Jude Bellingham is going to join Real Madrid. The chances are so high right now, to be honest. Real Madrid is probably the front runners in the signing of the player, and just because the player really wants to play for Real Madrid as well. So apparently, according to Telefootball, Bild, all the most important newspapers in whether UK, Germany, Spain, they're talking about that and the possibility for Real Madrid to get the deal done, right? So Telefootball, for example, are echoing, are sending a message that apparently Florentino Perez has sent to the player. Real Madrid is the kind of train that only passes by once, okay, not twice. So just think hard before they say anything, but if you decide not to go ahead and join Real Madrid, you have to keep in mind, you have to be aware that might be the only chance in your life, right? Real Madrid will not come back for you again. So you better think about that now that you have the chance to join us. Or otherwise, man, just assume the consequences like Kylian Mbappe did. If you say no to Real Madrid, I mean, it's going to be forever, right? Real Madrid won't come back to you and say, hey, you want to get back again? I mean, you want to try that again? You want us to sign at you again? No, none of that will happen, okay? So that is pretty much the message Florentino Perez wants Bellingham to know and be aware of, right? So, but anyways, right now, Juni Calafat is in Dortmund. He's been talking to Borussia Dortmund. Apparently, all the things are going down in the right direction, right? So I'd say in a couple weeks or something, we might hear the player will join for sure Real Madrid by the next season, which is great. I mean, it's very, very good news. That's one thing. The second thing I have for you all, guys, is about Endrick. Okay, so as you know, as so many of you know, Endrick made his debut last night with Palmeiras, right? He's 16 years old, super young guy, and he made his debut with Palmeiras. So the thing is, right after the game, he was asked about who his favorite player is, right? And he responded something really, I mean, to me, it's a kind of gesture, it's a kind of sign to Real Madrid. He said, my favorite player is Vinicius Jr., right? I mean, I like Neymar though as well, but it's not the same, and I prefer to Vinicius Jr. Let me tell you something. For some of you guys, probably this doesn't make any sense, or it doesn't have any importance, right? Well, it has, right? It does. I mean, it has a lot of importance because these all kind of little details are important for a player who is 16. And if he finds out there are two other players in pretty much his age, right? Like Vinicius Jr. or Rodrigo in their 20s, super young guys, guys he is attached to for different reasons, for, you know, age or you know, the sport, of course, nationality, all the stuff. It is important for a player to take a decision in the future to join Real Madrid. And I mean, it's not a joke. It is important for a player who is super young, when you are going to sign for a team, whoever it is of course easier when you find other players that are already playing for that club, and they can ease you the way to your own way to that club, right? They can ease the things for you, they can walk you through everything, they can explain a bunch of things about the club to you. I mean, everything is going to be easier for him if he is a good friends with Rodrigo Goes and Vinicius Jr., right? So for him, Vinicius Jr. is the best player in the world. And let me tell you something else. Rodrigo Goes is his, I'm not going to say his best friend, but he's a very good friend. And actually, the first picture he uploaded to his Instagram account last night, it was responded by Rodrigo Goes saying, yeah, man, I mean, great, I don't know, yeah, congratulations, genius, let's go. That is what Rodrigo Goes dropped in a comment in the Instagram of Endrick. So that's why it's so important that he feels kind of, you know, hugged by other players, other different players in the club, that he feels warm and cozy and comfortable in the club, right? And he's not even playing for Real Madrid still, right? But if he finds people encouraging him and pushing him to come to Real Madrid, it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's good for him. It's good for Real Madrid. It's good for Los Madridistas, and it's good for everybody. So I don't know, man. I'd say there are a lot of chances for us to sign Endrick. To me, I mean, in my opinion, I think that Endrick is the kind of player that really can crush it in Real Madrid. It's not an obstacle though when it comes to the signing of Erling Haaland, as they have, you know, not a big difference, but kind of fair difference in their age, right? So when Erling Haaland is playing for Real Madrid as a consolidated player, I think that Endrick will be the rising talent still. So there's no conflict on that. And I don't know what can happen, but of course this is the right way, and it's a good way. It's a good thing for us to have Rodrigo Goes and Vinicius Jr. helping us out with the signing of Endrick. Okay, so that's good. Anyways, it's a very good thing for Real Madrid. And now I'm gonna talk to y'all about the possible starting 11 for today. Let me tell you something. The first thing I gotta say is Rodrigo Goes has all the possibilities today, not only to be featured in the starting 11, but to be their replacement for Karim Benzema, which means that he will play in the middle of the attack, in the number 9 position, in the striker position. The other day against Shakhtar Donetsk, he was playing kind of as a second striker. I mean, not the same position, but today he will have to replace Karim Benzema, which means as well Marco Asensio might make his debut in the starting 11 in La Liga this year. That'd be the first time he's featured in a starting 11 of La Liga this season. I mean, it's not for sure, like 100% sure, but he might be. And if he's not, then Valverde will be in the right wing of Real Madrid. We still don't know though, but I think that if we speculate a little bit with the possibility, I think that we are pretty right, and I don't have any reason to think otherwise. I mean, if you think about it, what other forward can be in the place of Karim Benzema if he's not there? I mean, Mariano? I don't think so. We still have a couple of choices ahead of him, and the first one I would say is Rodrigo. The second one is Mariano, but Mariano, as you know, is not that kind of player, or is not the player Carlo Ancelotti wants to count with. If you are telling me when he has to build up a starting 11, to me, Rodrigo Goes has way more chances than Mariano Diaz to be there. So I don't know, man, but Rodrigo Goes has a lot of chances to be there. And the other thing I have to share with you guys is all the things that are saying in regards to the defense line, right? The defense line will have to Carvajal, apparently Rudiger and Militao will be the couple of center backs, and Mendy will be in the left. So Alaba is resting, right? There are people that are rumoring that just it's a kind of he's been grounded by Carlo Ancelotti just because of the goal the other day, but I don't think so. Carlo Ancelotti is not that kind of a coach, right? So I think that he's really resting. He needs some rest, and that's it. And Militao and Rudiger might be in the center back position in the defense line of Real Madrid. So let's see what happens. Let's see if that is the kind of starting 11. I would say, in a very quick view, I'm going to say Lunin, Carvajal, Rudiger, Militao, Rudiger, Mendy, and then the midfield would say Tchouaméni, Fede Valverde, maybe. I don't think Toni Kroos probably rest. Who else? Maybe Modric might be. I don't know. Maybe Ceballos, Camavinga. I don't think so. But maybe Tchouaméni, Fede Valverde, and Modric, I'd say. And then in the attack, to me, it's going to be Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo Goes, and Marco Asensio. So let's see what happens. Let's see what the starting 11 looks like, and I'll let you know right after the game tonight. So that's it, guys. I hope you drop your comments in the section below, and of course, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Bye bye.